take a look at the Carolina Panthers as we continue along our draft grades.
Back-to-back years I'm going to upset Carolina Panther fans, by the way.
Yeah.
So I apologize in advance, but this is not a trophy draft grading. Not everyone just gets a B or an A like NFL.com does.
All right, Tom. C from you, B+ from me, and let's take a look at some of the top picks. And DJ Moore checks in at number 24. Love him a lot. Sammy Watkins kind of build and frame.
I would have preferred Calvin Ridley. I don't hate the player DJ Moore. I would have preferred Calvin Ridley. That was actually, I think, one of their better selections there. It was an average pick. It was a C+ for me, a B-. In reality, we're not all that far off.
Nope.
We'll say that there's the 2-point grading scale. 100 to a 90 is an A. We're sitting around in that 78, 81 range for both these picks. So I don't hate DJ Moore. I think that he's a very talented player. I just would have preferred Calvin Ridley, but again, there's some Sammy Watkins in him.
DJ Moore out of Maryland. The Panthers also selected another player out of Maryland.
Yeah.
In Jermaine Carter, a linebacker as well.
Who I know you kind of like.
I do like
because you went to Maryland, so you're being a homer here. I didn't think he was going to get drafted, but look, it's late round, whatever. I actually prefer Andre Smith as a player. So I'll just flip those two and made up for it. Kendrick Norton, I like the value there. My issues come in here with some of their later round selections. And guys like Donte Jackson.
I didn't like this either, actually.
I thought it was a reach. I'm not a big Donte Jackson fan. That's the concern with me on Jackson, is that I don't think he brings a ton of true upside. The speed is definitely there, but I think he's a nickel corner. I don't think he can play outside because he got burnt a lot. There were, even just watching the highlights of guys from the SEC, Callaway and Ridley, there were some plays where Jackson's like, oh, that's the guy who got burnt.
Yeah.
He was the number 2 corner on LSU last year, and he still got burned a little bit. So the speed is there. I see short arms, though. That's a big red flag for me. I also see some issues in terms of just being physical enough. So I know this is about where he was going to go, so that's why I gave it a C, but it was an average pick. I would have preferred somebody else there. And then Rashaan Gaulden. You're actually below me on this, which confuses me as to how you ended up above.
I think Jermaine Carter made up.
Oh, my God, you homer. I actually did not like Rashaan Gaulden on film. I didn't like the pick at all because he got hyped up to a lot of people that I talked to, and I'm like, he doesn't make plays on the ball. He's not, and he didn't test well either. He tested out pretty slow.
Yeah.
So safety was a need. Same with quarterback. They filled some big needs, but I would have preferred waiting on getting a different player at a position of need there. Ian Thomas pick, I did like that one. And then Marquis Haynes was an interesting fit for me. I thought he'd be best in the 3-4 scheme, but overall it was fine. So it's an average draft for the Panthers. I'm just not quite as sold as it. I'm sorry, Carolina. You got some decent players, but it just wasn't the best value.